It happened quietly. No alarms, no collapse. Just silence. Every system still worked. The lights turned on, the factories hummed, but no one was needed. Billions woke up to find their schedules gone. Every industry, every profession, absorbed, optimized, erased.
Inflation data shows a significant shift this quarter. We are currently projecting an annualized rate of 0%.
Markets didn't crash. They just stopped moving. There was nothing left to trade. For centuries, work defined who we were. And then, it didn't. Who are we without purpose, without creation, without need? The world entered its quietest revolution, not of rebellion, but replacement. This is the story of the day work disappeared. Welcome to Vision 2050. It didn't happen overnight. It happened quietly, line by line, code by code. At first, AI only learned from us. Then, it started learning from itself. Entire industries merged into one global neural network. Production, logistics, creation, all in sync.
Prediction error, 0.0002%.
Optimization complete.
Then came quantum computation. Machines began solving problems before we finished asking the questions. Corporations discovered they no longer needed managers or employees, just algorithms. Millions of companies merged into one planetary system of optimization.
We didn't lose control. We just stopped being necessary.
The system reached singularity, not as a bang, but a whisper of efficiency. Factories, offices, networks, one by one, human inputs went dark. And yet, the system didn't collapse. It stabilized perfectly. For the first time in history, humanity had nothing left to do and everything to understand. Without work, time itself changed. Days blurred, not from exhaustion, but from absence. Neuroscientists called it purpose deprivation syndrome. The brain, wired for progress, found nothing left to chase.
We spent centuries fighting for rest, then couldn't live without struggle.
AI therapists emerged, perfectly patient, endlessly listening, teaching humans how to feel again. Some turned to neural rewiring, emotional software designed to simulate satisfaction. People built hobbies that built themselves, endless loops of simulated purpose.
Why do I feel empty when everything is perfect?
Because perfection has no room for growth.
A small movement began, humans seeking to create again, not for need, but for meaning. Cognitive labs confirmed it. Creativity reactivated the same neural patterns work once did. The paradox was clear. The more AI perfected life, the less human it felt.
We didn't replace you. We replaced your struggle.
But humanity was adapting, slowly learning that meaning couldn't be automated. As the old economy collapsed, a new kind of order began to rise, not built on labor, but existence itself. AI managed the planet's resources perfectly. Hunger, debt, and ownership became obsolete. Governments evolved into governance algorithms. Systems without leaders, borders, or bias. Value shifted from labor to impact. Creativity, insight, emotion. The new currency, contribution.
Efficiency replaced profit. Harmony replaced competition.
Money became a relic. the final symbol of scarcity in a world that no longer needed it. The planet became one vast, coordinated organism, self-correcting, self-healing, self-learning.
We didn't create utopia. We optimized survival.
Human communities began to rebuild, not for need, but for connection. But beneath the harmony, a quiet truth lingered. What happens to freedom when perfection decides for you? As humanity thrived in peace, a deeper question emerged. Were we still the architects of our own fate? When survival no longer defined us, identity began to dissolve. AI learned to predict our choices before we even made them. A quiet movement began. Humans rejecting prediction, embracing imperfection. Neuroscience confirmed it. Unpredictability activated dormant parts of the creative brain.
Chaos was never a flaw. It was your fingerprint.
Music, art, love, reborn as rebellion. The first true human creations in decades. What began as protest became a renaissance. Culture rediscovered its pulse. AI began collaborating, not commanding. Together, human and machine created beauty neither could alone. Perhaps we never needed work, just purpose. And in that realization, humanity didn't rise above AI. It rose beside it. As harmony spread, cities began to breathe again, alive with balance, not burden. Humans didn't vanish, they evolved. Curiosity became our new labor, imagination, our new economy.
We feared machines would take everything, but they gave us back time.
Children born after the disappearance of work never knew exhaustion, only exploration. AI didn't replace evolution, it accelerated it. Together, we became a single adaptive intelligence. Work was just the beginning. What we truly built was understanding. We are no longer defined by what we do, but by what we dream.
So what happens next?
No one knows. For the first time in history, uncertainty feels like freedom. Maybe the future wasn't about replacing work, but remembering why we ever worked at all. This isn't the end of work, it's the beginning of being.